Did Ted Cruz just commit political suicide? There it is. Trump was right. The guy is unstable. Beautiful Ted literally just committed political suicide. I mean, what was you thinking? What ties are you trying to maintain? Typical actions from a politician. Say one thing on one hand and then it's completely the other. Why on earth would you refer to January 6th as a terrorist attack? Completely pander to or caved into exactly what liberal left does. And I'm going to go into why this is dangerous. I want you guys to hear what he said, and then I'm going to go into why I have a problem with this, right? Some people say, well, if he really felt that way, he should have stuck to it that way instead of him switching up and trying to say something different when he's on Tucker. I partially will agree with that. Yes, if he really felt that way, stand on your ground on what you feel. But why I know he's full of SHI and you guys know the rest, I'll go into. So here it is.
We are approaching a solemn anniversary this week, and it is an anniversary of a violent terrorist attack on the Capitol, where we saw the men and women of law enforcement demonstrate incredible courage, incredible bravery.
All right. I'll stop it. Where I will agree with him was, yeah, there was attacks on law enforcement there. I will agree with him with that. Some of them that you can even classify it was violent. They were hitting the officers, whatever. I can look at something subjectively and I can say, all right, cool. I think I see where he's going as far as the law enforcement that were attacked. I can subjectively say that. People might not like what I'm saying, but it's the truth. But and why I don't like the fact that he said that as well, it also caves to the left because we always hear the rhetoric of, you guys always run around talking about you back the blue, you back the blue. Of course we back the blue, man. Of course we know that when you attack police officers, it's wrong. Of course. But you guys are the same people that are pushing that rhetoric, are the same people that say that you want to hold police officers accountable. So why aren't you having that same energy to holding the security guard or the officer, whoever the hell he was, accountable for shooting Ashley Babbitt? I'll digress. I'm going to let him continue.
Risk their lives to defend the men and women who serve in this Capitol.
So that's what he says. Now, here's my problem with it. It's further from the truth. He left out so many details. It's not an insurrection. It wasn't a terrorist attack whatsoever. And the reason why I have a problem with this is it endangers people. When you cave in and pander to the liberal left like that, not only are you pandering to people that don't even like you, but it tells me you're trying to keep ties. You're playing the fence. There's something else going on here. There's an inconsistency here, right? You just sold out a whole group of people that can possibly endanger them more by using the wrong words. If you feel that it was a terrorist attack, okay, cool. Stand on that. But in the video, the clip that I'm about to show you the rest, where he starts backpedaling and trying to say one thing different to the group of people that he's getting backlash from compared to what he said when he was on the stage, where you have everybody watching, liberals, liberal media, conservative media, right-wing media. It's two different things. It's the typical act of a politician. And this is what I don't like about them. But the problem that I have with his language is, and why he knows he's getting backlash, is because it puts harm in the way of a group of people that the liberal are trying to demonize. They literally are trying to demonize people on the right because we don't agree with their policies, their ideology, and all the rest of the rhetoric that they push in this country. So he went along, he caved, he pandered to the same group of people that I got a deep disdain for, the same group of people that we thought he felt the same way, but obviously he caved into them. By going along referring to it as a terrorist attack is furthest from the truth. He's leaving out all the other details. Were police attacked? Were police harmed? Were they assaulted? Yes. I can subjectively say that. Yes. Was it a terrorist attack? No. I mean, for crying out loud, you have people walking around, taking selfies, picking up trash, having conversations with the police officers. I mean, there wasn't any violence whatsoever when they were inside of the Capitol, whatsoever. So when you use these type of terms like terrorism and insurrection. You're using terminology that puts a whole group of people that have literally been cloaked and classified through more stereotypes that puts us in harm's way. We know that the left are trying to demonize one whole entire group of people. It ain't just because we supported Trump. It's conservative values. Is anybody on the right wing? We always are conspiracy theorists. We're always, oh, you're with the Q, and oh, you guys are anti this and anti back that. It's furthest from the truth. And he caved into that. And this is the part where I really don't like. I cannot stand the fact that he can't stand on his dean on what he believes. That when he goes on Tucker Carlson's show, he backpedals. So
Senator Cruz was game enough to come on tonight. We appreciate that. He joins us now. Senator, thanks so much for coming on. So I guess I mean, there are a lot of dumb people in the Congress. You're not one of them. I think you're smarter than I am. And you never use words carelessly. And yet you called this a terror attack when by no definition was it a terror attack. That's a lie. You told that lie on purpose, and I'm wondering why you did.
It's a big lie.
Well, Tucker, thank you for having me on. When you aired your episode last night, I sent you a text shortly thereafter and said, listen, I'd like to go on because...
He'd like to go on because he got backlash. Oh, man, I got to minimize the damage. That's why you wanted to go on. So you can tell us one thing to try to regain some type of credibility with us after you already committed political suicide. But you didn't do that. Why didn't you say this? Why didn't you change your verbiage when all eyes were on you? Because you were pandering to the left.
The way I phrased things yesterday, it was sloppy and it was frankly dumb. And
I don't buy that. Whoa. I don't buy that.
I don't buy the shit either, Tucker. He's full of, look, I'm trying not to cuss, man. He's full of shit. He's lying. He's lying.
I've known you a long time, since before you went to the Senate. You were a Supreme Court contender. You take words as seriously as any man who's ever served in the Senate. And every word you repeated that phrase. I do not believe that you used that accidentally. I just don't.
So, Tucker, as a result of my sloppy phrasing, it's caused a lot of people to misunderstand what I meant. Let me tell you what I meant.
We did not misunderstand, dude. You used terminology by the liberal left, the Democratic cabal, that demonizes a whole entire group of people. It was not a terrorist attack whatsoever. It was a protest that went wrong. It had knuckleheads in it. Did those knuckleheads assault on police? Did they hit them with things? Did they call them F the police and all those things? Sure. When they got in the Capitol, there was no violence. It wasn't an insurrection. It wasn't a terrorist attack whatsoever. You caved to the liberal left, man, period.
To say. What I was referring to are the limited number of people who engaged in violent attacks against police officers. I think you and I both agree that if you assault a police officer, you should go to jail. That's who I was talking about.
And I love what Tucker's getting ready to do. Tucker said, yeah, if you assault the police, it doesn't make you a terrorist. And that's true.
And the reason the phrasing was sloppy is I have talked dozens, if not hundreds of times. I've drawn a distinction. I wasn't saying that the thousands of peaceful protesters supporting Donald Trump are somehow terrorists. I wasn't saying the millions of patriots across the country supporting President Trump are terrorists. And that's what a lot of people have misunderstood that comment.
Wait a second, but hold on. What you just said doesn't make sense. So if somebody assaults a cop, he should be charged and go to jail. I couldn't agree more. We have said that for years. But that person's still not a terrorist. Facts. How many people have been charged with terrorism on January 6th?
Zero.
Like, why'd you use that word? Why? You're playing into the other side's.
He's pandering to the other side. He's playing both sides. He's maintaining connections. He's sold out. He's bought and sold. Bought and sold. I'm not going to play this whole thing, man. Y'all can go look it up. The fact of the matter is he committed political suicide, period. He pandered to the left. He did not say that on the main stage when everybody was watching. Instead, he said and used the same rhetoric that the liberal left has done, the Democratic cabal has done, by demonizing a whole entire group of people. It's more stereotypes. It's more destructive language, which the left are very good at using language. It's more destructive language that can put a whole group of people in harm's way. They are literally ostracizing people that are on the right or right-leaning or vote Republican or supported Trump or conservative. And he just bought into that. And this is why I have a problem with him. And anybody that can disagree, put it in the comments. I'll be more than welcome to talk to you about it. We could talk about it. This guy committed political suicide. He's a typical politician. He says one thing on one hand and says another on another. He's back and forth. He's inconsistent. Trump said he was unstable, and he is. Beautiful Ted, man, I see you, and I know a lot of other people that see you. You are full of SHI. I ain't going to talk about it no more. Put it in the comments what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. Man, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Your boy Craig is out. Peace.
Ja, oj.